Hey folks, Suzanne here with Real Lady Adventures, and I am really excited. So the other night I went and did a thing. Shh, stop it. Focus. This is serious stuff. So I went and did a thing, and it's not directly fishing related, but it is related to this channel, and I am just super excited about it. I just went out, pulled the trigger, did this thing. So stay tuned to find out what it is. Okay, so there you go. I went out and I bought a new laptop. Now, for so many of you, this may not be a big deal, but to put it in perspective, the last laptop I bought was 9 years ago. Now, that laptop still works. It's still a great piece of machinery. It does what it needs to do. It just doesn't do what I need it to do anymore. With YouTube videos and stuff now, it's worked. It's okay. I've been using a free video editing program called Shotcut, it's a good program. It's a great starter program. And that laptop could handle it. I tried downloading DaVinci initially, and the laptop couldn't handle running DaVinci. That's kind of where it was at. It didn't have enough RAM. It just wasn't designed for it. So went out, shopped around a bunch. Now, this is not top of the line. I know I don't need top of the line right now. Now, when y'all get me to like over 1,000 subscribers, then we'll look at upgrading again. But so, work on that and you'll get much better videos. But anyways, until then, this is what we've got. It's an ASUS ROG Zephyrus. It's a gaming laptop, which apparently that's the direction you have to go these days. For YouTube video editing, any other type of video, photography, media, any of that stuff, you need to get a gaming laptop. Now, if I recall, back in the day, they were called media laptops. They were designed for graphics and video and music and all of that stuff. Now they've just kind of lumped them all into these gaming laptops, which I guess because most people buy them for gaming. I am not a gamer, so don't even go there. So that's what we did. So this one it's much faster. It's got 16 gig of memory versus the 4 that my last one had. It's got 1 terabyte of storage. Again, I think my old one had 600 gig of storage, which was still a lot. Back in the day, that was a lot of storage. And I swore I was never going to use that much. And I still did not cap that one out. But either way, so this one, it came with 1 terabyte, and I also picked up another 2 terabyte external hard drive, just because the videos do take up a lot of space. So some pros and cons about this. I don't know if you can even see the screen very well on this video, but I'm going to do some side-by-side snapshots between this one and the old one, just so you can see the difference in screen clarity and color saturation and all of that. I've also done some side-by-side comparisons of the rendering of the videos. So my last video, it was the drawing video. It was like a 7-minute video. On the old laptop, it took about 30 minutes to render. Redid it, downloaded everything, put it onto this laptop, and it took 3 minutes. So yeah. Whether my video content is going to be better, I don't know. We'll work on that. But it will be faster to process, and hopefully it'll look a little bit better too. I didn't go with the 4K. For the extra money, I didn't feel like I needed it at this point, Again, y'all get me to 1,000 subscribers and we'll go for a 4K laptop. But that aside, so some other things about this laptop. This is, like I said, this is one of the ASUS line, not their top of the line, but certainly, you know, great for what I need it to do. And I caught it on sale, so it was like $1,300. Now, mind you, 9 years ago, the old laptop that I bought, the one that's still out there, still working, was like $400 something. And that was, again, not top of the line, but it was up there for that type of laptop. But anyways, so a couple of things about this laptop and about laptops in general right now that I didn't know. So apparently a lot of these laptops, especially if they're like the gaming type and not for office work or, you know, just general office type stuff, they don't come with the CD, DVD drives anymore. That was kind of a surprise to me. Yes, I am that old. So, hey, I remember the little 5 1/4 inch floppy disks. So, yeah, there you go. That's how old I am. But they don't come with that anymore. And I'm like, okay, great. I have a bunch of stuff stored on some of these old disks, and I'm going to need to see if I can get those onto flash drives or something. So I'll work on that. We'll get over that. If everybody else can deal without having those drives, then so can I. So there's that. Then there's also this keyboard. Now, not all laptops come with this, and I was kind of warned by my sons. Both of my sons are in computer programming. And, you know, when I was asking them a few months ago, you know, hey, I'm starting to look for a new laptop. I need something for video, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you know, don't bother with this backlit keyboard stuff. And I thought, okay, so I wasn't even looking for that, but this one happened to have it. And honestly, I am not crazy about it. If you have the option when you're buying a new laptop to not have this backlit keyboard, don't get it. Unless you really like these flashy things in your face, it's not worth it. It's really annoying. So when I first booted it up, the keyboard lights, and I'll try to get a picture of that, they were like pulsating, flashing rainbow colors, like alternating colors. And I'm like, yeah, that is so not going to work for me. I thought, you know, I'll go into, you know, keyboard settings and just turn it off or something, right? Thinking it was going to be that easy. It's not. I had to Google this thing because there were no keyboard settings like that out there. And there's actually an app that you have to go in and program how you want this backlighting to work, which color you want it to be. Do you want it to be pulsating or flashing or steady or whatever you want it to do? So it was like a whole ordeal just to get rid of that flashing colored lights. I did settle on a bright green solid color. Because I can't figure out how to get rid of the color altogether. But that green at least helps me see the keys a little bit better, because the keyboard itself, I mean, it's nicely laid out. It's a good size. It's not too compact. You know, I don't have huge hands to begin with, but I learned how to type like way back in the day on an old typewriter. So, you know, your hands are like this, reaching for everything. You get into these little tiny keyboards and you're like this, and like the keyboard on my phone, forget it. One finger. That's all that's happening. So the keyboard itself is laid out well. The keys, touch-wise, they're all very flat. So that, for me, makes it kind of hard to type. But again, that's probably one of those things that I'll just get used to over time. So the keyboard, the screen, I mean, the screen, the color saturation, the clarity, all of that is, you know, way beyond, way better than what I had before. And again, I'll show you some side-by-side photos of that with this one next to the old one. Something else that was pointed out to me when I went in to the store, and I won't name the store where I went, I kind of already knew that this is the one I was looking at. And one of the guys there kept saying, no, you don't want that, you don't want that. Oh, it's going to overheat, blah, blah, blah. It's got like, this thing had like really super high ratings. And I'm like, okay, if the overheating issue is that big of a deal, then that many people would not be rating it so highly. So sure, maybe it's a deal, but probably for somebody who's doing hardcore gaming on this for extended periods of time and they're going to overheat it, for me, once or twice a week, rendering a 10 to 15 minute video, I don't think this thing's going to overheat. If it does, I will report back to you, but I think I'm going to be fine. I did find a different salesperson who, you know, talked through it, and we kind of agreed that, yeah, this one's going to be fine for what I'm doing. So there was that. There was the whole overheating thing. What else? I don't use a mouse, so I have no mouse to talk to you about. I've used the touchpad for years, and this one, so far from what I can tell, it's a great touchpad. It's sensitive enough. You don't have to pound on it. It's just, it reacts really well, super easy to maneuver. I might have to go in and tweak the settings a little bit because it's almost too fast for me, and I'm really used to using one of those. So there's that. What else? I think that's about it for now until I can get out there and do, you know, actually do some work on it and report back to y'all. But for now, this was the big surprise. New laptop hopefully will bring better videos faster, because it won't be such an ordeal for me to sit down and spend an hour or two putting together a video when I've already got all of the footage. I'll be able to whip it out a lot faster. But anyways, thank y'all for checking it out. You know, hope you enjoy the new look of the videos. I'm hoping they'll be a lot clearer, maybe better. Content, we're still working on that. If you have any other ideas for content, let me know. But until then, enjoy the adventure.